So as you guys know, I've been using the Osmo Action 4, but the Osmo Action 5 Pro is now in, and you get all this stuff for 350 bucks. You get all the mounts that you need, you get a battery case with 3 batteries, and a selfie stick. So let's get in this review and see what this Action 5 Pro's got. This is a dank camera setting setup right here for you guys. First thing you want to do to get the most capability out of this camera right out of the box is download the DJI Mimo app and do the firmware update, and that's going to allow you to get the most settings out of this. So once you do that, you can scroll into the settings and you'll see an option for your bit rate. You'll now have the option to do high bit rate, and that's going to require more camera battery and memory per video, but it's going to shoot in a higher quality. Switch from 1080, I want to go to the standard 4K nowadays. Go over to here, go to 4K 16:19. Right up in this top corner you have your stabilization. If I'm riding a bike doing some crazy stunts, I'll usually keep it off, but if we're doing like a nice clean shot, I'm going to go to rock steady. It's usually at wide, so we're going to switch it to ultra wide, so if we're riding a bike you can see your arms on the handlebars. And then frames per second, we're going to keep it 60. So 4K 60 frames per second is basically the standard nowadays. I'm going to go from the exposure from auto to manual. Basically you set this number right here times 2 whatever your frames per second is. So if you're at 30 frames per second, it would be 1/60. Since we're doing 60 frames per second, it's going to be 1/120. And then as far as the ISO goes, you can adjust this to your liking. The lower the number, the darker it'll stay. And then lastly we have the auto white balance. You can change this from the low numbers to the high numbers and you'll see it get a warmer tone. You can change your color from 8-bit to 10-bit. So you can change the tone now from neutral to vivid. Stabilization, I keep it sport, but the main key ingredient with this is the ND filters. They come in at 8, 16, and 32, and they're Osmo brand. They pop right on here.
What? Sick. Yeah. Throwing it. But this DJI does not quit, people. We're on a pitch black road. There's no street lights out in the country. Your camera is basically your glasses in some dark roads you go down, as sketchy as that sounds.
The Action 5 Pro is the only camera to offer subject centering and tracking in the action camera industry, which shoots up to 2.7K at 60 frames per second, both in 9:16 and 16:9 ratio. This intelligently identifies the subject and keeps the composition in center. Seeing that I film majority of my content alone, this is like having a smart buddy to keep the shot centered and focused. Features like this make the camera feel so much more capable for other shots outside of my usual action use. This next feature is huge for motovloggers who ride in constantly changing lights, like through tunnels or different sceneries, places with high light ratios and rapid light changes. This helps maintain the highlighted area in a good condition and show great color. So imagine a giant light fading from black to white. The amount of stops from black to white is a dynamic range. Simply put, the Action 4 had up to 10.7 stops, and the new Action 5 Pro now offers up to 13.5 stops. So this gives it a chance to show more light and colors versus washing it out to a black or white. So getting into one of the most important aspects of an action camera would be a battery life for me. This camera simply refuses to overheat, even riding through fire all night. The Action 5 Pro comes with bigger 1950 mAh batteries combined with the charger case. I've never ran out of juice filming all day. It boasts a best-in-class 4-hour runtime at 1080p, while I personally use 4K that offers up to 200 minutes of runtime. This awesome lifespan makes features like timer shooting very convenient. And what timer shooting is it allows you to preset a time and mode to capture shots like sunrise and sunset. And in my opinion, the worst feeling after filming a ride is getting home to realize my video has no audio due to an unplugged helmet mic. The Action 5 Pro has a built-in mic audio backup that allows me to guarantee if my mic goes bad, I'll still have a separate audio file for the camera's microphone. This is also great for adjusting how much engine noise versus talking in the helmet you want to hear when you're editing.
Look at that view! Hell yeah.
The Mic Mini pairs with the Osmo and all my other Bluetooth devices perfectly and has an awesome amount of adjustments options on the camera's interface. It's so simple but powerful, it makes getting crispy audio capable in the weirdest scenarios for me.
It's lit. Parade is litty.
So originally it was just supposed to be a review when I tried the Action 4, but I ended up falling in love with the dependability that the camera had, and since switching I haven't looked back. So the Action 5 Pro not only keeps those qualities I love, but improves them and adds more. The only action camera with an air pressure gauge to display real-time altitude data. The only action camera with a 47 gigabyte built-in storage makes it seem like they know us riders are riding back home with a full memory card and needed that little bit of hidden away memory to film you street racing a lawnmower.
Oh,
and the dual OLED always on display keeps my shots monitored and perfect while doing so. There's always going to be a battle between the action cameras, but I call the Osmo Action 5 Pro a working man's cam. All the right features I need for my work and tough enough to take all my abuse and ask for more. So sincerely, thank you DJI and most importantly the Osmo Action 5 Pro for just simply not letting me down.
Ha ha.